Have you ever paused and listened carefully to the sounds around you? Not just noise, but celebration. The celebration of work, dedication, and dignity. This beautiful poem, Gifts of Grace, Honoring Our Vocations, presents Bharat as a land where different professionals celebrate their vocations. What is a vocation? A vocation is not just a job. It is the work we do with dedication, passion, and purpose. Every vocation plays an important role in building society. And in this poem, the poet beautifully hears Bharat, our country, celebrating the dignity of every worker. I hear Bharat celebrating the varied vocations I hear. The poet begins by hearing Bharat celebrating different vocations. He imagines the country filled with professionals proudly performing their duties. Every vocation is important in building society. I hear those of craftspersons, each one celebrating their craft woven with colors and myriad hues. The poet hears craftspersons celebrating their work. They create beautiful designs filled with colors. These artists bring creativity and beauty into our lives through their hard work and imagination. The artisans with lutes, each hailing varied emotions and celebrating dreams echoing in the streets. Next, the poet hears artisans expressing emotions and dreams through their creations. Here, artisans with lutes do not only mean musicians, they represent all creative artists who bring feelings and ideas into reality. Their work spreads joy and inspiration among people. The carpenters celebrating, they create anything out of wood with mathematical precision. Then, the poet celebrates carpenters. They carefully shape wood into useful objects with precision, skill, and calculations. Their work builds homes, furniture, and supports everyday life. The electricians humming, they get ready for work with cables and wires to brighten our lives. The poet then hears electricians humming as they work. They handle wires and cables and bring light into our homes. Their work literally brightens our lives. The boatmen gathering their nets from the shore, sailing and singing while at work, return to tell the tales of life at sea. Next come the boatmen, who gather their nets and sail into the sea. The poet hears them working hard at sea. They sing while working and return with stories of courage and life at sea. Their work supports families and communities. The shoemakers affirming the quality of their work for the feet that walk, dance, run, jump, return home. Then the poet hears shoemakers. They proudly create footwear for the feet that walk, run, dance, and return home. Their work supports our journey every day. The delicious singing of the cook or the rhythm of designer, mason, each celebrating what belongs to them and to none else. The poet also hears the celebration of the cook whose work brings nourishment and joy. He also hears the rhythm of designers and masons who build and create structures that shape our world. Each person celebrates their own work because their vocation belongs to them and their work becomes their identity. Finally, the poet says, the voice of their vocation is the voice of their identity. The poet explains that a person's work becomes their identity. What we do defines who we are. I hear Bharat celebrating, the varied voices I hear. The poet ends by again hearing Bharat celebrating every worker, every profession, every dream, because in the end, every vocation is a gift of grace. The country celebrates unity, dignity of labor, and respect for all professions. I hope you have understood the poem clearly. Before we conclude, let's quickly look at the literary devices used in the poem. Literary devices. 1. Repetition. Repetition is the use of the same words or phrases again and again to emphasize an idea. In this poem, the phrase "I hear Bharat celebrating" is repeated. This emphasizes the idea of celebration and highlights the dignity of all professions. 2. Personification. Personification is giving human qualities to non-living things or abstract ideas. In this poem, Bharat is described as celebrating, which gives the country human qualities. 3. Imagery. Imagery is the use of descriptive language that helps readers create pictures in their minds. For example, woven with colors and myriad hues creates a beautiful visual image of colorful creations. 4. Alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of the same consonant sound at the beginning of nearby words. In this poem, Varied Vocations is an example of alliteration, creating a musical and rhythmic effect. If you found this explanation helpful, please like this video, subscribe to the Learner's Deck, and share your thoughts in the comment section. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask in the comments. Thank you for listening. Keep learning with the Learner's Deck.